Arch right here in this office. Each fall or early winter, I read about 75 or 100 plays. Mold, some of them new scripts, trying to find a season of just 6 plays. After I've selected the 6 plays, I make what is called a producer's chart, and that's what this is here. This chart lists the name of the plays down here and the names of each of the characters. And by putting this chart in order, I soon know exactly what actor I'm looking for to be a member of the resident company. Then I start to cast. Well, each February we have an open call at the Masonic Temple in Hollywood, seeing anywhere between 200 to 250 actors per day. This is one of those awful things where the actor comes in, you say, how do you do? They give you a picture and resume, and then they leave. And after seeing that many people in a day, it's hard to remember the important ones. But some of them do stick in your mind, and those are some of the people you want to see. I get pictures and resumes in the mail, where they send you a picture, tell you all the plays they've done. And pretty soon I try to fit these pictures and all those faces I've seen with my chart. And then I have about 5 or 6 actors for each selection of roles. And then eventually it narrows itself down to the company I select. Hello, my name is Bill Putch, and I run the Totem Pole Playhouse. You see us over there. We're at intermission right now, and the audience is coming out. This is an equity theater. It's a Y category, and it seats 404 people, and of course is a professional theater. I came here in 1954 and have been here ever since. I had no intention of staying. However, this building that is behind us was built in 1970, just 9 months after our disastrous fire. Well, they're calling the people in from intermission, but we still have time to chat a little bit here. Our theater was built in 1970. It's very much like the old one, except that it's modern, rustic. And it has been operating very successfully since that year. We opened with a play called Our Town, no scenery, just because at that time we didn't have a shop. And we play all summer long, and we run to about 90% capacity average. The Totem Pole Playhouse is really owned by a group of 96 local people, and they in turn rent it to me. They do not interfere in the operation of the theater, and they're kind of like a boosters club who stand on the sidelines and who have constantly support this theater. It's perhaps the most active group over a period of 24 years of any organization I've been involved with. As a matter of fact, just last year, they held a flea market which purchased for us a brand new totem pole, and you can see it down there. It is a magnificent thing. I'm not exactly sure how the theater got its name, Totem Pole Playhouse, but it was named by my predecessor in 1951, so I really inherited the name. It's strange that in the middle of Pennsylvania you would have an Indian symbol, which is basically Canadian and Alaskan. But we have always had a totem pole, and after our fire and the new theater was built, this pole was commissioned, and it has a very interesting story which the sculptor put into the pole. Starting right down here at the bottom, we had the fire that destroyed the original totem pole. Coming right up from the fire, here are the teen people for Totem Pole. Now these are the young people who raised the money, who commissioned this pole, and as a symbol that youth was interested in the theater. People of Totem Pole are being protected by the bear right up here, and I am the symbol of the bear, and the bear is protecting them in their drive to raise funds to reestablish a totem pole. Right above the bear, we have the beaver. Here's his tail, and up above he has a stick in his mouth. Now the beaver in Indian lore is an animal who is industrious, and he is the builder. and the beaver is the person who rebuilt the totem pole. On top of the beaver is the fox. Now the fox, he's the creature there that has that green and yellow dotted animal in his mouth. The fox has a frog in his mouth. The frog represents croaking descent, and he is being eaten by the wolf, or not the wolf, the fox, because the fox is wisdom, and croaking descent is always eliminated by wisdom. And then the whole pole is topped off by a symbol of strength and protectiveness, which is the Thunderbird, and that is our magnificent totem pole, which tells the story of the totem pole to every visitor to our area. The Totem Pole Playhouse is a resident summer theater in that the same actors appear in week after week in different plays. Our final play of the season is a perfect example of how a resident company works. Will Love, who has been with us since the year 1971, has done over 40 plays at the Totem Pole. Nona Manning, who is one of our discoveries, in that she started here as an apprentice and is now playing leading roles, and you have seen her on the television show One Day at a Time. Linda Martin is a newcomer to our area, and this is the first play I've ever worked with her on, and this is the start of how a person gets involved with us. Nancy Lenahan is appearing in her second play here. Toby Anderson is an actor who I worked with in Los Angeles, who is the first time I've ever worked with him, and then I called him to come and do 2 plays here, and that's the start of his relationship with the Totem Pole Playhouse. And Jim Anthony is a product of the 1977 season. He came during our second play and has been with us the entire season. A play is in progress right now. The name of the play is 6 Rooms River View. And as you can see and hear the audience, they are enjoying it. And here we are where the young couple who have been looking at the apartment have discovered that their husbands, respective husband and wife, already know each other. Our Schubert Alley. It's kind of a way of decorating the place to give it a little bit of color. And the people like to read these posters, and a lot of people ask us if we're doing these plays. Most of the plays here are far from the kind of fare we do. Being a summer theater, most of our fare is light. Robber Bridegroom is a play we could do sometime, musical, and it was a delightful show. Now let's go backstage and talk to some of the people there. We are out back of the Totem Pole. We're at a little hiatus here. Will is between scenes. The play is in progress. We're talking to Will Love, who is a member of our company, has been since 1971. Wilbur, you've been here through, I guess, ups and downs and everything, but I mean, is it still worth it?
It's still worth it. It's my home.
It's your home.
It's my summer home.
Your summer home, I see.
I come here every summer.
You come here every summer. Anyway, do you have anything, the favorite thing, what's your favorite thing about the place? The parties on Saturday night.
The parties on Saturday night.
No, I know that.
The family feeling.
The family feeling. Is that necessary to you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Do you think you could thrive in the kind of a cold New York Broadway atmosphere where you just come in at 8?
I call that lunchbox theater. You just bring in your lunchbox and do your job and go home, and nobody ever has any fun with each other. I mean, how else can you be a good actor unless you can relate to the actor you're working with?
I see. Well, that's a good one.
And you feel you're trusted by the management so that you are more free to create rather than trying to guess if you're doing a good job.
Yeah. What do you feel is your weakest link in your makeup as an actor?
I don't have any.
No, you told me one once.
What was it?
Maybe I shouldn't remind you about it.
What was that?
Well, you said your weakest point was always that you couldn't negotiate money.
That's my weakest link. That's nothing with being an actor. That's being a business person.
Well, I mean, as an actor, I mean, money.
As an actor,
money.
I need somebody to manage.
Right. Well,
I got to go make an entrance. So I'm going to have another week.
Thank you very much, Will. God bless you. Take care.
All right. See you next summer.
Session end of our theater here, and people are always kind of amazed to see me filling these machines 2 or 3 times a week, unlocking the rack up here and putting the cans in the machine, emptying the coins. But I call this a kind of therapy, a kind of a necessary thing to get through each day. This is the hub of our organization, box office, and every day we write down our advanced sales. And the thing that's so great about a box office is that it is the ultimate mathematical formula. There are 404 tickets, there are 404 necessary thing to get through each day. This is the hub of our organization, box office, and every day we write down our advanced sales. And the thing that's so great about a box office is that it is the ultimate mathematical formula. There are 404 tickets, there are 404 seats, and the money in the box must coordinate with the tickets unsold. We have many things here, including some of our box office people, Lou Merriman, and she handles many people over the telephone, and we do a pretty good job. The most important thing about any theater is your box office, because it is the first person that the public comes in contact with. And it's very important that they get into the theater in the proper frame of mind. If they have trouble with the box office, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be unhappy with the play they see. Here we're able to rack over 2 weeks of tickets in advance, so these racks hold quite a few tickets. And we are able to just look at the rack and tell us what kind of a house we're going to have. We know when we're down to around 16 and 17 seats, 16 and 17, that we're playing about to 67 to 70% of capacity. When we get over here and we're into the 20s, we know that it's about 80. And so then we know whether we need to put more ads in the paper or take radio spots or whatever is necessary. I was hoping the phone would ring, that maybe we could get a live conversation with the customer, but maybe we can catch that later. All right, so take 11232.
11232.
Divided by
10100. 10100.
Okay.
Equals 1.11.
111, and give me the fourth figure.
2.
No, that was 111%. Now the percentages of the attendance at the totem pole. Figures don't lie, and these are very important to the operation of any building. We keep accurate attendance records over the years, and therefore we are able to ascertain what the audience's tastes are. For example, we know that we can always do over 100% capacity with Gene Stapleton. But then when you do a musical like South Pacific, which equals the same capacity, 102%, you know that that is a hot item and you don't have a big star salary to pay. The matinee is just over, and I usually station myself here, and you'll see what my function is. First, in case anyone trips on the steps, I'm on the hand, but I also get a feel of the audience as they come out. And you'll see very shortly how I am in action. Bye.
Bye now.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, thank you. Have a trip home. We see you next week? Okay. Bye. Thank you. See you next week? Okay. It's a good one. Hi. How are you? Don't forget to get the bonnet here. We have a Falling River Brethren. Hello.
Hello. It's good.
Thank you.
Very good play.
Thank you. I do. Thank you. Thank you. See you next week?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Delightful.
Thank you. Trip home.
Thank you.
You have somebody driving?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, we're looking for you.
You're looking...
Yes, your picture taken with our group. We just came
What's
from
the name of your group?
Sunshine Group.
The Sunshine Group. From where?
National Park, New Jersey.
You want a picture of me?
Yes, we do. The whole group's around here, and they'd like to have
Holy
it with
smoke.
you.
All
You
right.
like that?
Be right there.
All right, good.
bus groups at the matinee who came all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What's your name?
Mary Schneider.
You're Mary Schneider. National Park, New Jersey. I beg your pardon. It said Philadelphia on the bus. That's what threw me. Oh, and what's your name, dear?
Lillian Quillen.
Lillian?
Right.
You live in National Park?
National Park, New
I
Jersey.
see. Does this group get together often?
Yes.
Poker players or something? Hi, what's your name?
Angelo Romano.
Hi, Vince?
Romano. Angelo.
Angelo. Hi, Ange. How are you? What's your name?
Marie Hartman.
Hi, Marie. How are you? How'd you like to play?
Very good. Marie
Did you?
Purnell.
Huh?
Marie Purnell.
Marie Purnell.
Right.
Do you think she should have gone off with him, or do you think that she did the right thing?
You did the right thing.
You did the right thing.
Right.
Are you a product of the 40s?
Right. From the old days.
Okay. Now here's the older generation. This is a product of the 20s. Now what do you think she should have done? Huh?
Well, in the play, I think she did right.
You did.
Right.
You liked her for it.
What would you have done if it happened to you?
I mean, when nobody knows, who cares? How are you, Bill Putch?
I think the same, too.
You do too. You think she
Well, I'm a
didn't?
product of the 20s.
I see. Okay. Well, good. Right. When I saw the lady playing the lady across the hall, she said, "They all think I'm one of their group." Does she look like one of your group? The lady in 4A with the dog?
Was your daughter?
Huh?
Was that your daughter?
No, it was my oldest daughter.
Your oldest daughter?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
She's at 92. Yeah. And that's the Totem Pole Story. And that's the Totem Pole Story.